This is Brilliant Tutorial. My name is Leslie. On today's video, I'll be teaching you guys on how to solve numerical problems using Newton interpolary method. Now with this following example, example 1 says that we have to approximate the value of f bracket 2 from the table given below. Now using Newton's interpolary method. So we have to solve this question using what Newton's interpolary method. Now to solve this, we are given the values of x, and also we are given the value of f of x. That is f function of x. Now instead of in x, I have the value of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and in f function of x, I have the value of 1.3333, 0.2, 0.1429, 0.1111. Now solution to solve this, first I have to find the word x0, x1, x2, x3, and what x4 exactly. Now to find x0 is equal to x0 is equal to what? X minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3, x minus x4 all over x0 minus x1, x0 minus x2, x0 minus x3, and x0 minus x4 times fs0. Now if you check in this question, we have to find approximate the value of f of 2. That means that simply means that x is equal to 2. Now any place I see x here, substitute it to be equal to 2. So this is x, it becomes 2, and x1 is what? Is 3. That becomes 2 minus 3. X is 2, and x2 is what? Is 5. That becomes 2 minus 5. Now x is 2 and x3 is what? Is 7. So that becomes 2 minus 7, and also x is 2 and x4 is what? Is 9. So that becomes 2 minus 9. So all over what is my x0? My x0 is 1. So that becomes 1 minus 3, 1 minus 5, 1 minus 7, and 1 minus 9 times what? What's fs0? Fs0 is equal to what? Is 1. So if you do this, my answer becomes what? I have what? Now, so I have what? 2 minus 3 is what? Is minus 1. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. 2 minus 7 is what? Minus 5. And 2 minus 9 is minus 7. All over 1 minus 3 is minus 2. 1 minus 5 is minus 4. 1 minus 7 is minus 6. And 1 minus 9 is minus 8. Now times what? 1. If I do this, I'll have that everything here multiplied by this, I'll have 105 all over. Everything here multiplied by this, I'll have 384. So 105 divided by 384 will give me what? 0.2734. And that is the answer for x0. Very simple. Now let's move on to find x1. To find x1, the same method. We have the x1 is equal to x minus x0, x minus x2, x minus x3, x minus x4 all over x1 minus x0, x1 minus x2, x1 minus x3, and x1 minus what? X4 times fx1. So now substitute the value of x0, x2, x3, and x4 here. So I will have what? 2 minus 1, 2 minus 5, 2 minus 7, and 2 minus 9 all over. Also substitute the value of x0, x2, x3, and x4 here. You know that x1 is already 3. You know that x1 is already what? 3. So that becomes what? 3 minus what? My x0? My x0 is 1. So that becomes 3 minus 1. So here becomes 3 minus 5. Here becomes 3 minus 7. Here becomes 3 minus 9 times what is my fs1? My fs1 is equal to what? fs1 is equal to 0.3333. So that is times 0.3333. Now therefore if you do everything, you have that 2 minus 1 is what? Is 1. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. 2 minus 7 is minus 5. 2 minus 9 is minus 7 all over. 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. 3 minus 7 is minus 4. 3 minus 9 is minus 6 times everything here. So if I do this, I'll have that 1 times minus 3 times minus 5 times minus 7 will give me minus 105 all over. 2 times minus 2 times minus 4 times minus 6 will give me minus 96. So minus cancel out minus is plus. Now 105 into 96 will give me 1.0938. Now multiply by 0.333 will give me 0.3645. Very simple. Now therefore to find x2, the same thing. We have that x2 is equal to x minus x0, x minus x1, x minus x3, x minus x4 all over x2 minus x0, x2 minus x1, x2 minus x3, and x2 minus x4 times fx2. So substitute the values of x and x. So substitute the value of x, x0, x1, x3, and x4 here. I'll have 2 minus 1, 2 minus 3, 2 minus 7, and 2 minus 9 all over. Also substitute the value of x2, S0, S1, S3, and S4 here. I will have 5 minus 1, 5 minus 3, 5 minus 7, and 5 minus 9. Now times fx2 is equal to 0.2 from here. fs2 is equal to 0.2, so that is fs2 is equal to 0.12 exactly. Now, so therefore, let's continue. We have that 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 2 minus 7 is minus 5, 2 minus 9 is minus 7, all over. 5 minus 1 is 4, 5 minus 3 is 2, 5 minus 7 is minus 2, and 5 minus 9 is minus 4 times 0.2. So 1 times minus 1 times minus 5 times minus 7 will give me minus 35 all over. 4 times 2 times minus 2 times minus 4 will give me what? Positive 64 times what? 0.2. So minus 35 into 64 will give me minus 0.565469. Now multiply by 0.2 will give me what? Minus 0.1094. That's the answer. Now to find for x3 is we have we have x minus x0, x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x4 all over s3 minus x0, s3 minus x1, s3 minus x2, and s3 minus x4 times fs0. Now substitute the values of x, x0, x1, x2, and s4 in this. So I will have what? 2 minus 1, 2 minus 3, 2 minus 5, 2 minus 9 all over 7 minus 1, 7 minus 3, 7 minus 5, 7 minus 9 times what is fs3? fs3 is equal to 0.1429. Now we have 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 2 minus 5 minus 3, 2 minus 9 minus 7 all over. 7 minus 1 is 6, 7 minus 3 is 4, 7 minus 5 is 2, 7 minus 9 is minus 2. Now times 0.1429. So if I do this, 1 times minus 1 times minus 3 times minus 7 is minus what? 21 all over. 6 times 4 times 2 times minus 2 is minus 96. So minus minus is plus. Now 21 into 96 will give me 0.1429. So therefore 0.1429 multiply, 21 into 96 will give me 0.21875. Now 0.21875 multiplied by 0.1429 will give me 0.0313. Now that's the answer for this. So to find for x4 is also x minus x0, x minus x1, x minus x2, x minus x3 all over x4 minus x0, x4 minus x1, x4 minus x2, x4 minus x3 times fs4. So therefore substitute the values of x, x0, x1, x2, x3, and x4 in this equation. So we have 2 minus 1, 2 minus 3, 2 minus 5, 2 minus 7 all over 9 minus 1, 9 minus 3, 9 minus 5, 9 minus 7 times what's fs4? fs4 is 0.1111. So that becomes 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 3 is minus 1, 2 minus 5 is minus 3, 2 minus 7 is minus 5 all over 9 minus 1 is 8, 9 minus 3 is 6, 9 minus 5 is 4, and 9 minus 7 is what? Is 2 times 0.1111. So therefore that becomes what? Now if we do it, 1 times minus 1 times minus 3 times minus 5 will give me what? Give me minus 15. Okay, and 8 times 6 times 4 times 2 will give me what? 384. So therefore that becomes what? Now minus 15 into 384 will give me equals to minus 0.0391. So minus 0.0391 times 0.111 will give me equals what? Minus 0.0043. Now therefore the total approximation of this question is we have x0 plus x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4. Now if you check in our equation, the answer for x0 was what? 0.2734. Now plus the answer for x1 was 0.3645 plus the answer for x2 was minus 0.1094 plus the answer for x3 was 0.0313 plus the answer for x4 was minus 0.0043. So if you add everything here, the answer is equal to 0.5555, and that is the final answer. Please guys, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you.